Now, the latest on the measles outbreak in Chicago. I mean, people thought this was long ago.
Yes.
Extinct, but at least 10 confirmed cases, 8 which are derived from a Pilsen shelter. The CDC is in Chicago, assisting city leaders on how to control the spread.
Yeah, measles is, of course, highly contagious virus. It can be deadly, especially for people who are not vaccinated.
And joining us now is our dear friend of the stream, Dr. Katrine Wallace. Dr. Kat, we know her as epidemiologist with the University of Chicago, Illinois at Chicago.
Yeah, Dr. Kat, good morning. Thank you for being with us. Always appreciate your time. It's so important that we break this down here. So many people are hearing another case at CPS schools, at shelters. And speaking of that Pilsen shelter, everyone who is eligible for a vaccine, we're told, has received one. But now the city plans to evict some of the migrants from the shelters this Saturday, or all of them. Do you believe there's a concern for the spread to go further beyond that, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. This is an important topic. So the CDPH, the Chicago Department of Public Health, did work all weekend, and they immunized about 900 people at the shelters. And it is important to know that the people who were vaccinated, everybody is going to be isolated who's been sort of around the cases will be isolated for 21 days. So the people that are at risk of developing measles within that incubation period will not be walking around. There's 2 different sets of people. There's people that were already immune that came to the country with a vaccination or had had measles in the past. And so there's kind of 2 different groups, and they have cards that identify which group they're in.
So this is not concern for migrants. One of the children is a CPS student whose school's vaccination rate is at the start of the school year was below herd immunity, basically saying, if you have enough people inoculated, enough people that have immunity to it, nobody gets it. Well, they drop below that threshold. How concerned are you about that? And how concerned should parents be? I know parents are hearing these things and you're on one side of the issue or the other. You've either had your kids vaccinated or haven't, and you believe strongly either way. But what, worry 0 to 10 scale, what should it be?
Yeah, I'm going to break down. There's several points I want to make in what you just said. The first is that you're right, that this outbreak was not brought here by migrants. This was something that was already happening in Chicago, in the United States. We have had a problem with measles already. This was already happening. And what measles is very good at doing, because it is very contagious virus, if you are an unvaccinated person, you have a very high likelihood of getting measles, and the migrant population was a susceptible population. So that is why we are seeing these outbreaks. Nobody arrived. They do have health screenings upon arrival, and nobody arrived in this country with measles. But the first cases in Chicago were not migrants. So I just want to make sure that's clear to people. But yes, what you're saying is right. So there is a safe, effective, and inexpensive vaccine called the MMR, measles, mumps, rubella vaccine, and it can prevent measles. There's a 2-dose vaccine. After the 2nd dose, it is 97% effective at preventing measles. So, I know there is a lot of vaccine hesitancy out there, and it kind of got more so over the pandemic because we had a lot of misinformation about the COVID vaccine that has kind of spilled over into this, all vaccines, right? But what parents really need to understand is that it was the risk of any small risk from the vaccines were outweighed by the benefit of preventing measles. And that kind of risk benefit has now shifted even more so because we're having actual cases. So if you're a parent who hasn't vaccinated your kids, it's really important to do so now, or if you just fell behind during the pandemic.
Okay.
And Dr. Pratt, quickly, we have one more question for you. So behind Florida, we have the most cases, or right at Florida, 10 cases. I think Pennsylvania is close behind us. For what we didn't talk about yet, if we go away from vaccinations, what is your message to families who are just seeing these cases tick up here and are really concerned about it?
Yeah, I mean, really, honestly, the measles is a potentially serious illness. 1 out of 5 kids can be hospitalized, 1 out of 20 develop serious pneumonia, and even 1 out of 3 out of 1,000 kids will die from the measles. So it's not just an innocuous disease. It is something that is important to protect, and it's important to get our vaccination percentages back up to prevent these cases in communities.
Okay, Doc, thank you so much. Dr. Kat, get her on TikTok. We see you on the stream many times. We appreciate your insight, and thank you for that. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.